Good morning, Mr. Siu and Mr. Lu. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow innovators, it is my great pleasure to speak to you all at this iconic event for Web3. Before I elaborate on the SFC's initiatives in this regard, let me start with a very quick story. Last week, while scrabbling through a dusty box of forgotten treasures in my room, I found something curious. I held it up to my son and asked, "Do you know what this is?" Without hesitation, he said, "Of course, Mom. That's the save button. Why did you 3D print it?" That's right, to him, this tiny little plastic square, a floppy disk, is just a digital symbol he clicks every day. But this mix-up is not just a laugh. It is a vivid reminder to us all of how fast technology races forward. 30 years ago, the floppy disk was a game changer that zipped the world of information and data into something you could slip into your pocket. But today, it's just an icon the youth barely recognize. This brings me to today's topic, Web3 as the next technological frontier and the integration of crypto finance and traditional finance. Just as the floppy disk transformed how we store information long before Web 1.0 took hold, blockchain technology has the potential to rewrite the rules of finance and beyond, enabling new economic models, notably through the creation of crypto, or here we call them virtual assets, or VA, and tokenization of real-world assets. Like many of you, I'm very much inspired by all these transformative potentials, aligned with our government's visionary plans in this area that the Financial Secretary has just shared. The SFC is committed to supporting Hong Kong's Web3 journey. Yet, we all know Web3 is still evolving, and its full potentials will unfold in time, likely with twists and turns. Take non-fungible tokens, the NFTs, and the metaverse as an example. Their meteoric rise generated widespread excitement 2 or 3 years ago, but that energy has since faded. Therefore, rather than chasing every new spark, we believe in a pragmatic approach, strengthening the fundamentals and fostering a supportive ecosystem where Web3 can thrive in a sustainable manner. Central to this vision are digital assets, the mainstay of blockchain's infrastructure and potential. And today, I will outline how the SFC is leading in the efforts in 2 key areas. First is the VA ETFs and tokenization, leveraging Hong Kong's strength as a global financial hub to drive this ecosystem forward. So across the diverse spectrum of digital assets, VAs stand out as the most recognized and familiar entry point to the digital economy. The SFC has long recognized that VAs are an asset class that is here to stay. That prompts us to pioneer a regulatory framework for VAs as early as 2018. And gradually, by a step-by-step approach, it has been extended towards VA ETFs. First, we have the VA Futures ETFs, and then we have VA Spot ETFs, allowing more investors to participate in this space with confidence through a regulated and traditional pathway. And last April, Hong Kong became the first in Asia to launch VA Spot ETFs, a milestone that underscores our leadership in regulated VA investing. Today, we remain the largest VA ETF market in Asia Pacific. Our robust regulatory framework sets us apart as we license all key players to conduct VA-specific activities, from fund managers to fund custodians and trading platforms. This includes strict oversight of VA custody with private keys and seats secured in Hong Kong, safeguarding investors from the unique risks of investing in VAs. One compelling and unique feature of our framework is enabling in-kind creation and subscription on top of cash, allowing ETF share creation and redemption directly using the VAs. For other jurisdictions, this might carry unacceptable risks, but our regulatory regime makes the dealing process secure by requiring SFC licensed participating dealers to ensure compliance with anti-money laundering and know your transaction rules. But we don't stop just there. Our framework evolves to meet investor needs and advance the Web3 ecosystem. One exciting development is the expansion of eligible VA underlying assets. Initially, the VA spot ETFs focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Today, more VAs have become eligible for retail trading on our licensed platform. And we will also allow that, for the VA spot ETFs, and more will be coming on the horizon. And this will pave the way for more diverse ETF offerings, such as a single ETF that tracks a basket of VAs, similar to a traditional diverse index fund. And now I have some great news to share. Later today, we will publish a circular permitting SFC licensed VA trading platforms to offer staking services, including staking for our VA spot ETFs. And for those unfamiliar, staking allows investors lock up their VAs to support blockchain networks and therefore earn rewards in return. So it is a popular feature in the crypto world, but it comes with risks. Therefore, we will impose additional safeguards. For instance, our licensed platforms must maintain custody of the staked VAs, and we will put a cap of the proportion of VA spot ETFs that can be staked to manage liquidity risks. And this, once again, reflects our core principle, embracing innovation without compromising investor protection. So moving on from VA ETFs, which allow crypto assets and traditional finance to meet each other, tokenization offers a complementary pathway by applying blockchain technology to traditional assets and real-world assets alike, from bonds and funds to real estate and art. It could enhance efficiency, unlock liquidity and access to these assets, and bridge them to the Web3 ecosystem. And the financial landscape will therefore become much more interconnected. And some market participants have estimated that tokenized assets could be a $1 trillion market by 2030, mirroring the ETF growth story. And some estimated that tokenization of asset management alone could deliver cost savings exceeding $100 billion every year. Here in Hong Kong, progress is already underway to capitalize on these opportunities. The journey began with our tokenization circulars published in November 2023. They provide regulatory clarity for tokenizing investment products and also signal Hong Kong's commitment to facilitate development in this area. Fast forward to today, our efforts are starting to bear fruits. We have seen in our city privately offered tokenized structured notes, warrants, bonds, and private tokenized funds, and also a retail tokenized gold product physically backed by physical gold. So just recently, 3 retail tokenized money market funds hit the market, and one of them being the largest debut of this kind. In parallel with that process, Project Ensemble that you just heard from the Financial Secretary, launched by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority in 2024, serves as our innovative sandbox for tokenized money, an important building block for enabling seamless transactions of tokenized assets. And the SFC is co-leading the asset management-related pilots. Under the project, collaborating with the industry to integrate tokenized money into the trading and dealing of tokenized products. And these experiments are yielding valuable insights for real-world adoption to deliver tangible benefits, such as instant fund subscriptions, redemption, and shorter settlement cycles. Next, we will explore secondary trading of the tokenized investment products, an area generating much excitement. I think it is no doubt a critical piece in the long run that would give tokenized assets 24/7 liquidity and access, from peer-to-peer over-the-counter trades to full on-exchange trading. But investor protection remains our priority. Just as the traditional stock exchanges have evolved over many years, the challenges in this area would be equally, if not more, complex, including custody, liquidity provision, fair pricing, order matching, and the unique risks related to the tokenized assets and in the whole ecosystem. It follows that we will proceed thoughtfully and certainly explore measures to support the industry efforts along the way. So what do all this mean? Why choose Hong Kong for your Web3 project? I think the answer is very clear. Hong Kong has it all. Ranking third in the Global Financial Centers Index, we have a rock-solid financial system of time-tested resilience. We have a trusted legal and regulatory framework rooted in common law, renowned for its integrity, independence, and also fairness. Our location at the heart of Asia, geographically, economically, and culturally, makes us the natural hub for the flow of digital assets and Web3 talents like all of you across the region. Beyond these foundations, Hong Kong's authorities are making concrete and coordinated steps to realize our vision. And the government's policy statement on the development of virtual assets in Hong Kong and the coming 2.0 statement will affirm our commitment and ambition to drive VA innovations. Meanwhile, the Hong Kong MA is pushing boundaries with the Project E Hong Kong Dollar Plus, Project M Bridge, and a stablecoin sandbox to explore a central bank digital currency, blockchain-based cross-border payments, and regulated stablecoins. And of course, for the SFC, we unveiled the Aspire roadmap in February, just 2 months ago, to lay out our forward-looking plan centered on the 5 pillars of access, safeguards, products, infrastructure, and relationships. The roadmap outlines a comprehensive strategy for VA market development, including the coming licensing frameworks for VA OTC trading and custody services. These initiatives are driving us forward to a tipping point for Hong Kong's Web3 ecosystem. But we must be patient, pragmatic, and persistent. Think of artificial intelligence. It reached critical mass and scale only after decades of research and development. Web3 is likely to follow a similar path of success, hopefully much faster. On a final note, I must emphasize that we stand today at the crossroads where traditional finance and digital economy are converging to drive promising outcomes for our financial markets. The 0 to 1 breakthrough has been made, and its future success would very much depend on how we nurture this convergence. That is, how we go from 1 to 100. Much like the 0 to 1 stride that the floppy disk made a few decades ago, which accelerated the growth for the entire personal computing industry ever since. So today, let's all work together on our way towards 100 by integrating the reliability of traditional finance with the vitality and dynamism of the digital economy. We will work together to build a vibrant, interconnected ecosystem that drives us towards just as Hong Kong has already done. Thank you.